Yo, what's good, YouTube? It's Stories of Yanko back here with another video. And I know y'all getting tired of me with these irregular uploads. A lot of stuff is going on in the NBA. A lot of stuff is going on outside of the NBA, P. Diddy. But, you know, I'm starting college and I need you guys to be patient with me. And, the playoffs are right around the corner. The play-in, of course. But I wanted to talk about a few things. And we got to talk about Jokic. Not particularly Jokic, but the hate that he receives. And I'm starting to figure out why he gets hate. And it has nothing to do with Gilbert Arenas being xenophobic and stuff like that. Nikola Jokic is a threat. And what I mean by that is that he's a threat to a lot of names that are in that top 10, top 15. And the way that he's going right now, he's going to crack that top 15. He's going to crack that top 10. And if he keeps going and going and going, there's potential that he can crack that top 5. And I'm seeing all these old heads talk about, oh, well, all you got to do is put Dwight Howard on him. Dude, Dwight Howard was guarding an inexperienced Jokic. This is not the same Jokic at all. I don't know why people keep trying to match guys up with series when they just made the playoffs. They had no experience, anything like that, and they actually overachieved that year. And now all of a sudden you follow that for the rest of his career when he's proven that he can go up against better players than Dwight Howard at that point and dominate them. But you're just going to keep referencing when he played Dwight Howard in the Lakers. And bro, that shit is old. Get over it. But listen, Nikola Jokic is a threat to a lot of guys that these old heads worship. And he's great. He's truly great. Great players are going to be great in any era. But now these guys, they're bringing up, Alonzo Mourning. They're bringing up, Tim Duncan. They're bringing up, even though I think Tim Duncan is very underrated and I have a video on him. But I think that a lot of these guys are bringing up a lot of other people just based on the fact that they don't want to give Jokic the credit that he deserves. And you saw it last year. I was a Jokic hater. Not particularly because I hated Jokic, but because I hated the media, how they kept pushing him and pushing him and pushing him without him actually having to prove anything. And once he proved it, I shut up. And actually, I'm a fan of Jokic. I always respected his skill on the court. And I appreciate the fundamentals that he brings to the game. His footwork, his touch around the rim is like non-pareil. His rebounding. This guy is a superstar. This guy is the best player in the NBA. And I think that you got some guys that are there, but I think that he is clearly the best player in the NBA over Giannis, over Embiid, over Curry, over LeBron, over Kawhi, over KD. Like, dude, the guy he's there. And people don't want to give him his flowers because pretty much this guy, he's doing it on his own. He didn't need no super team. He didn't need to trade away Jamal Murray and Michael Porter Jr. He didn't have to do all the same bullshit that Giannis did, that KD did, that LeBron did. And I'm not saying he's doing it on his own, but all I'm saying is this. He did it the right way. People want to talk about how Giannis did it the right way. No, nigga, Jokic did it the right way. Jokic is still with Jamal Murray through the injuries, still with Michael Porter Jr. through the injuries. He didn't trade away none of their core. He didn't ship niggas out. He didn't get the coach fired. He didn't do none of that shit. This guy literally stayed down. This guy was going to war with injured teams. This nigga was going to war under a man that gets the Trailblazers beat them. You feel me? Going to war against the Suns. Going to war against the Warriors. This guy was playing on a team without his best players. Somebody was always injured. And he was going to war. And he didn't always come out on top. But he fought. He fought. And then when they finally all got on the court together, they won. Now people don't want to give him his credit. Now, if Tim Duncan was playing today, Tim Duncan will lock Jokic up. Dude, great players are going to get the best of other great players. You feel me? And I'm pretty sure Nikola Jokic would drop Tim Duncan off here and there too. You feel me? Like, guys are going to get the best of other players if you play enough games, you know? Like, if you play long enough in the NBA, a role player can get the best of you. A guy that's just a fringe all-star can get the best of a superstar. It happens. But Nikola Jokic is not only on the cusp of breaking Russell Westbrook's triple-double record, you know, who knows what type of records he's going to set in this upcoming playoffs, because the Denver Nuggets are still a top seed in the Western Conference, and he led the playoffs in rebounds, points, and assists last season. We ain't never seen no shit like that from a center, ever. And people don't want to talk about that. Nikola Jokic, in my opinion, it's either him, Shea, or Luka for MVP. I'm okay if you go with Jokic. I'm okay if you go with Shea. I'm okay if you go with Luka. There's no wrong answer outside of Giannis and Tatum. There's no wrong answer. But this guy has proven that he can get it done in the regular season and in the postseason. And all I see is these old niggas hating, trying to bring up who could stop Jokic, who could stop this. Nigga, nobody can stop Jokic. Nobody can. He can't be stopped. The nigga's Thanos. He's inevitable. The Denver Nuggets, inevitable. The nigga is so good, the team's ratings just completely drop. They're plus minus. You feel me? Every stat shows that when he's on the bench, the Denver Nuggets are a significantly worse team. And it's not because they don't have good players. It's because that's how great Jokic is. The Denver Nuggets have a chance to repeat. And instead of these niggas talking about that, instead of them talking about how great Jokic is and how potentially he can crack the top 15, top 5, top 10, whatever, all they want to bring up is who could take down Jokic from that top 10, top 15, top 20. They're always trying to tear down somebody because they were hating on Jokic just to hate on him. And it's proof now. They were never really going to give him his flowers. They were never really going to say, oh, Nikola Jokic is the best player in the NBA. And he proved it. They were never really going to give him his flowers. They had no choice but to shut up. I shut up because I was talking shit. It's not because I hated Jokic. It's just because y'all know how I get with the media. I don't like the people that they push. I'm always going to take it with a grain of salt. But the moment that Nikola Jokic proved that he was truly a superstar, now of a sudden, we all shut up, right? I started giving the man his flowers, still showering him with flowers, all this praise, saying that the Denver Nuggets are this team, that team, the team to beat, the boogeyman. You feel me? And now these niggas are just hating. They're hating because they never wanted to give him his flowers to begin with, because it was coming from a place of envy. It was coming from a place of dishonesty. They never wanted to admit that the guy was great. So now you got, I guess, this playoffs coming up. They're not talking about the Denver Nuggets on ESPN. They're not doing that. But it's clear that these teams are going to be scared to play the Denver Nuggets. Plain and simple. Nobody wants to match up with the Denver Nuggets. Nobody. The only team that matches up well with the Denver Nuggets is the Minnesota Timberwolves, fully healthy. If they have Cat, if Anna's on one, and Rudy Gobert just is able to contain Jokic. You only can hope to contain him. You feel me? But that's the only team that I see truly being a threat to them. I don't think the Celtics are. I'm sorry. You feel me? The Denver Nuggets snatch their shit. You feel me? Like every single time. Crazy. But listen, I don't like where we're going at with this. If you are a great player, you are going to be great. Nikola Jokic is great. He is historically great. He is going to be one of the greatest. He is already one of the greatest centers of all time. One of the greatest centers of all time. And if this nigga wins 2 more, bro, we going to have some serious conversations. Especially if they keep the same core and don't have to fire the coach, don't have to build a super team, don't got to do none of that shit. We got to have a serious conversation about Nikola Jokic and where he ranks all time amongst the all-time greats. And these guys know that conversation is coming. That's the reason why they're hating on him now. They're trying to make sure that, okay, they get as many licks in as possible before we start having that conversation. Nigga, I see the play. I see the play. Y'all not slick. Y'all not slick. Y'all trying to make sure as many people hate this man just for being great. Fuck your era, nigga. This is the Jokic era. This is not the Giannis era. This is not the LeBron era, the KD era, the Tatum era. Nigga, this is the Jokic era. This man has been dragging everyone, dominating everyone. Everyone. Sure, Embiid gets the best of him because Embiid is an all-time great as well. Maybe not to the level of Jokic because we got to take into account playoffs. But, like I said, great players are going to get the best of great players regardless. It happens. But guess what? Nikola Jokic got a ring, a finals MVP, conference finals MVP. Dude, the guy is like that. He's like that. And whether if you old niggas want to admit, whether if you niggas now want to admit that he's great, or whether you want to admit it later when he has more rings, more finals MVPs, more MVPs, and the Denver Nuggets are a dynasty. They have dynasty written all over them. I could be wrong. But this Denver Nuggets team will walk anybody down. They're like a great boxer. You feel me? They'll jab at you, feel your screen, see what you working with, let you hang in there, and then, around like the last 4 minutes of the fourth quarter, they'll start walking you down, letting you feel their power, start breaking you down, and then they close out the game. Most times, they are a great boxer as a reference to describe their team, And Jokic is just an all-time great player. Jamal Murray, it's a shame that he can't be an all-star because the West is just that deep. People talk about it all the time. It's no wonder why he's not an all-star. Like, we understand that you have Kyrie Irving. You had Damian Lillard. You had Stephen Curry. You got SGA now. You got a lot of guys in the West. Even though Damian Lillard's in the East now. But it's understandable why Jamal Murray is not an all-star, but he doesn't need that. The guy's a champion. His name is going to be forever cemented. He has what a lot of other guys don't have, is a championship ring. You feel me? In the first of his era to get a championship ring. You feel me? Of his generation to get a championship ring. Guys that's still in their late 20s and stuff. We ain't seen too many of those guys that came in the league when he came into the league that have a championship ring at his position. So, all I can say is that Nikola Jokic, dude, keep going, keep striving, keep being great. These old niggas gonna hate. They're gonna keep hating. Denver Nuggets fans, keep rooting for your team. I wish y'all all the success. I hope Nikola Jokic, I want him to win this year. I want him to win again and keep winning. Keep winning. That's what I want. I want to see great players do great things. I ain't got no agendas to tear down this man. You feel me? Once I saw greatness, it was over. I gave it up. You feel me? There's no hate. It's all love. Peace.